Hey everybody, Jane here, and today we are going to do the book versus movie for Three-Act Tragedy.
Pictures and patterns put into words that stream across the page, capturing life as soft spoken.
Three-Act Tragedy is a Poirot book, and it was one that I liked as a book, but didn't love. My biggest complaint about the book that there was not nearly enough Poirot. I will say that the movie version with David Suchet does take care of that. There is a lot more Poirot in the book, or in the movie, than there is in the book. And I thought that the movie, though, was very confusing. I think I gave the book a 4-star, and I think I would give the movie like a 3-star because there was so much going on and so much that they had to change or remove or mess with in the movie that I thought it was really confusing and I knew what was going on. I did like that Poirot has a more clear relationship with one of the main characters in the story. I didn't really remember that being the case in the book, that him and this actor character were best friends. So in the book, and actually the movie too, Poirot and this actor are, and other people are at a dinner party, and there is a death. And the actor says, I think this is murder, somebody should investigate. And it it's investigated and there's no indication that it's murder. Well, at a later date, there is a dinner party that neither Poirot or the actor were at, but that had a lot of the same people in it, and that another person died, and who was the actor's really good friend. So the actor in the movie, anyway, brings it to Poirot. I don't remember how Poirot finds out about it in the book, but in the movie, the actor brings it to Poirot and is like, hey, this happened. We have to do something. And so the actor then starts investigating. And that is in both the book and the movie. The actor does a lot of the investigating, and that's one reason that for the book we have very little Poirot in a Poirot book. Poirot basically doesn't come until the end and is like, I know what happened. And in the movie, that was not the case. He was much more there or not as well missed. And like I said, him and the actor seemed to have like a very close friendship, which I don't think they did in the book, but don't quote me. Um, I found both of the book and the movie a little bit hard to follow at times. The movie, of course, has the benefit of you have people who look a certain way and you know who they are, whereas with like the book, the movie of people that you can see, the book you have just a lot of characters, and I knew who they were, but I didn't necessarily know them by name. I knew their like relationships to each other and their roles, but I didn't necessarily, if you told me so and so was doing something, I had to be like, oh, which one's that? So I did think it was maybe a little bit too many characters, and in the movie we don't really spend much time with any of the characters except for Egg, who is the romantic interest of the actor. And I do think also that the movie missed out on a lot of really interesting discussions that are had in the book about romance, because the actor and Egg, his romantic interest, are kind of working together to try to solve the mysteries. So I love David Suchet and I love his version of the Poirot movies. I think of all of the ones I've seen so far where I've watched both the book or the movie and read the book, I think this is one where I did feel like it didn't work as well. And I do think the book was better than the movie by a lot. Like, sometimes they're pretty close, and a lot of times it's like, okay, pretty much the same beats. I do think this movie didn't work quite as well for me as the book did. But I also think the book was really confusing and had a lot of things. And there's also a couple unfair things that made it harder for them to do in the movie, I'm sure. Otherwise, the readers or viewers, like as a viewer, it's something that There's stuff that we would have caught on if they had shown it, whereas in the book, they could just be like, "Oh, this thing happened," and we don't catch the thing. I hate talking in riddles, but with mysteries, you kind of have to. So anyway, book was better. Usually they're pretty on par. Book was significantly better. Book was like a 4. The the movie was a 3 for me. I did like the relationship being shown a little bit better. I did think it also had a little more impact to it with some of the stuff. But it was both were okay. Book was better. This has been Jane. I'll see you next time. Bye.